Hello Retro Simmers, welcome to West Anime Sims. My name is Kelvin and how are you doing? We are back in Koh Tsing. This time around we are going to focus on one more district in Koh Tsing. As the previous video I checked out is the town center in Koh Tsing, which is all the lots in the middle over here. And this time around we're going to focus upwards. Over here, up in the hills, is Kam San or Golden Hill. And let's talk about what is Golden Hill. Also known as Kam San locally, this hill is known for the magnificent view of the whole townscape. It is no wonder the wealthy residents of Koh Tsing want to live in mansions overseeing the town. As you can see here, there's only 6 lots up in the hills over here, and 3 of them are lived by some of the more well-off residents in Koh Tsing, and is overseeing the town. You will see it in the view later. Without further ado, let's jump into the first family we're going to check out. Is the Cheong family. The infamous Cheong family loves food to the point that they built an entire business empire, with any of the child's children continue his culinary legacy. As you can see here, the Cheong family is pretty large. 2 husband and wife, 2 parents, and 4 kids. And they are living quite a luxurious mansion. It is a Peranakan mansion. I'll explain that later on. Let's check out the bios of the Cheong family, starting with the dad, is Charles Cheong. Now, Charles is actually a waiter in a culinary career, is pretty well off, has quite a lot of skills already, especially cooking skill. He is a Virgo and his bio reads, Charles loves anything to do with food, making them, serving them, and of course eating them. His success in Cheong Food Emporium is without some sense of greed. So yeah, he is rich, but not necessarily doing it in the morally right way. He has a look of a Chinese triad gangster style and is looking rich fat cat, and his wife is May. Now, interesting to note that May actually knows all the housewives in Koh Tsing, and she is pretty well connected with a lot of people, and she doesn't work, but she has some charisma and cleaning skills, creativity skills are pretty high. She is a Taurus, and her bio reads, May enjoys her life as the rich housewife in town. It is no secret that she is all about catching up with the latest gossip. So yeah, she is all about hanging out with her housewives, inviting people over to chat, building relationships. She is not really into the family business of cooking and food and stuff. She doesn't even have cooking skill at all, as you have noted over here. Next, the eldest is Charlton Cheong. He is an Aquarius, and his bio reads, ambitious and calculative, Charlton is primed to inherit his father's business, as he already started managing the restaurant. So yep, he is really following his dad's footsteps, because he's a private school student and also starts off in a business career. Next is her sister called Cheryl. She has some skills already, but she doesn't have a job unlike her brother. She is a Leo, and bio reads, Cheryl always claims that she is her father's favorite, and whatever Cheryl wants, Cheryl gets. As she always say, Cheryl doesn't share. Well, as you might have noticed here, she is friends with her dad, but unfortunately, that is not reciprocated in the on the other side, from the dad's side. So her claims of being Cheryl's favorite, daddy's favorite, and all isn't that much of a truth. And you will see here later on, she's actually sharing rooms with her sister instead of having her own largest room that is given to the eldest son, Charlton. Now, next is actually my main star of the family is Chris. Chris has friends with a lot of people in Koh Tsing, especially the teenagers. And she is also, everybody here is a private school student, and she is also in the culinary career track. She is a Pisces, and her sim bio reads, curious and instinctual. Chris often jumps into conclusions without rational thoughts. She tries to be level-headed as chaos unfolds in her family. So yeah, she is kind of a person who holds the peace down, and her family is definitely very chaotic, with a lot of people fighting each other for money, and all about gossip, and all about handling the business. And last but not least is Cheong. He is also a private school student, and he has a very high body skill, and he is a Gemini. His bio reads, being youngest in a large family, Charlie Cheong III doesn't like ignored, and is a little bit of a hothead. So yeah, according to the relationships, his relationships with everybody wasn't that great, and the parents seem to neglect him. Everybody else seems to about him, except Crystal. She is much more closer to everybody else, and he is also friends with Riley Romanov. They will see her later on in the next family. Okay, let's check out the Peranakan mansion, which is actually inspired by an actual mansion, Peranakan mansion in Penang, Malaysia. So the green wall paint and the balcony in front is definitely a reference to that, and it's surrounded by papaya trees and some really lush potted plants and some bushes over around. One thing to note that this house is actually has a center courtyard that actually has sunlight goes through it. It is actually typical in traditional houses in Malaysia that you have a center court that allows outdoor light in, and in the front here, as you enter, the entryway goes into the center courtyard. You go to all the other rooms. So over here is a study area. I actually changed a bit of the study room area because initially the bookcases are on this side and you can't really use one of the bookshelves, and so I rearranged it to this way. And this room over here is actually Charlie's room, and it is like this because this room is actually the servant's room or the maid's room, housekeeper's room, and we don't have a live-in maid or butler to be used in The Sims 2, so that will be converted into Charlie's room because he is the leftover child in the family. That's why he has his own bathroom over here. So it is meant for the servants' quarters, for the bedroom and their own bathroom. And over here we have a bar with a dining table, pretty luxurious. And over here we have the kitchen area, center courtyard, dining chair and all. Sometimes first thing I did to actually remove this table to move to the side and put mahjong table over here. So whenever there is a party going on, May can invite her friends to play mahjong over here. So upstairs are the bedrooms. So over here, it is Charlton's room, pretty large and spacious. Bathroom over in the middle, and the shared bedroom with the girls, Chris and Cheryl. I really like the wallpaper, pretty pretty nice. And we have the TV room, and we have a bathroom over here that connects ensuite with the master bedroom, where the parents sleep. So this is Peranakan mansion is actually inspired by Peranakan culture, which is Chinese and Malay intermarriages in the past, has created this blend of culture over here. For more details, you can really need to watch my speed build of each of the lots. So I explained that even more in depth. Our next family we check out is the Romanov family. Hailed from Eastern Europe, the Romanovs stood out as the only blondes in town. Will they get along with the locals despite living in Koh Tsing for years? Okay, the Romanov family I created they are like the immigrant family from Eastern Europe. Definitely totally not local to their customs, pretty foreign, but then they are going to be socialized and mingle to the rest of the neighborhood. So I created Reese first, as you see over here. We'll explain, and later on I created his two siblings who are actually twins, Riley and Ryan, and they are friends with Kelly, Leon, and the rest of the group. So we start off introducing the family with the dad, which is Ivan. He is in the law enforcement and a couple of skills already on track with promotion. He is a Virgo, and his bio reads, Ivan is a strict father to his children, only because he wants them to be the best as their potential. So yeah, he is a strict father, wants them to be excel at whatever they're doing, putting them in class, putting them in having a lot of skill building objects, as you will see in the house later on. The mom, her name is Sophia, and she is a paramedic in the medical field. A little bit of skills here and there to kickstart her career. She is a Cancer, and her bio reads, Sophia is clueless when it comes to local customs. However, her heart is always at the right place. So she is like the foreign mom who doesn't understand local culture. But she unintentionally offends people, but she doesn't know much about how things work. But she does love her children, and she does want to know the people better. Next is our main character here, Reese. He is friends with Kelly, and he's quite well connected. He does have a relationship with Joyce. You will see her later in the other video. And he is a public school student, and he has a lot of skills already on track, especially the logic skill. And he is in the science career. He is a Scorpio, and his bio reads, Reese has a passion for numbers and good food. To most people, he is described as the nerdy bookworm, but he is also active in sports, so a multi-talented guy over here, who is the golden child of the family. So his siblings are twins, Riley and Ryan. So let's check out Riley first. She's quite a lot of friends with Aaron and also Charlie. She's a public school student, has a high skill in creativity and logic. She is a Sagittarius, and her bio reads, Riley loves rocking out with song, but she rarely speaks to protect her voice from deteriorating. She is also quite overprotective to her own twin brother Ryan. Yeah, she is, as you can see even in her dressing, she is dressed in totally black with stripes leggings, with Mary Jane. She is definitely the punk goth era already in her young age. So that's her brother Ryan, a cute specs, but has a hoodie, sleeveless hoodie, a skull at the back. He's also a Sagittarius, also a public school student, quite high in creativity and logic, and a little bit of honesty. He is also a Sagittarius, and his bio reads, Ryan is always with his twin sister Riley. Making silent observations and witty remarks are his favorite things to do, aside from playing the piano. So definitely a much more reserved guy than his sister Riley. A little bit different from each other, even though they are the same personality. So I picked this Malaysian Colonial mansion as their house because this is the only house that has Guaylo influences or European influences in the neighborhood, and since they are Guaylos in the first place, so it does make sense they live here. Even though I don't plan them to be very rich, but it is what it is. This is one of the more expensive houses along the same par with the Peranakan mansion. And I do like this pillars going around the lot, and then has a two-door style top roofing over here. It's very influenced by the old British mansions in KL that I take references from. The reason why it still has elements of Malaysian style is because of the fauna that the landscape that I picked, which is the palm trees and the hibiscus bushes, and also some palm trees and banana trees at the back. So it's definitely still ties into a tropical climate, even though they are living in a very European style house. Let's check in the inside, which is and the entryway goes into the two staircases leading up to the second floor, and you will see there's a chess table in the middle, quite spacious area to do a lot of things. But this is just mainly as a main hub to go to all the other rooms. We have the nice cozy living room over here. Grandfather clock, everything here. And then there's a bathroom that leads to behind that is a music studio. So there is a grand piano and a ballet bar for twins to practice their dance and music skills. Over on the other side, we have a bar and dining room. We have another bathroom, and over here there will be a kitchen. And at the back, we have a nice courtyard with a fountain and some seating, and then the trees are surrounded by it to enclose it off. Up to the second floor, we have a landing with a seating area on the top at the front over here, and that leads to the bedrooms over on. Let's check out this side first. The main bedroom, master bedroom, with an ensuite bathroom in the middle. At the back, which is the study room area, the bookshelf, and a lot of and the desk. Over on the other side, you have the twins' bedroom, teal coloring all over, plain floor tiles, violin over here to practice music skill again. And over to the back will be recess room, pretty standard teenage room, which is quite a little bit on the darker side with black furniture and all, and also an easel for him to practice his creativity skill, even though he's not really particularly high in creativity skill. Not at all. He can use that as to practice creativity skill. he hasn't started creativity skill yet, but he does excel with a lot of other areas. Our next family is in an apartment lot, which is the Phillips family. Fascinated by the history and architecture of Koh Tsing, Philip Phillips decided to move to this town as an educator. Are the residents ready for his wealth of knowledge? So this is the only family who is just a husband and wife, and because all the other households have kids, at least one kid in every household. So this will be a younger couple who just started out in the neighborhood, and they are renting a Peranakan townhouse style Peranakan townhouse. So this is also an inspiration from Penang and Singapore. So you can check out the speed build video that I have, and I also have the smaller version with 5 units, has been shrunk down to 5 units, and I have an extra lot on the other side, and also a playground area on the other side as well. But in this version, this is the original version, which is much more wider, and each unit has 2 bedrooms. But I'm going to you can check out the other rooms, that how is it decorated in my speed build for Peranakan townhouses. So but we'll check out Philip layout here. So we have a living room area and a piano with a stereo with a grandfather clock, really antique style. We have a bathroom for the guests, and a very plain looking kitchen and dining area. We have 2 dining areas here. One is in front here, is much more formal, much more well decorated. At the back is much more simpler for the couple to just have a quick meal. The walls and all are pretty grey, pretty standard for old townhouses. And at the back we have a little bit of a garden area for some chill. Each of the lots has a different decoration for for their own use at the back. So upstairs there's supposed to be 2 bedrooms, but I converted one of them, which is the smaller one, into a huge study room, which with bookcases and the chess table and all. Over here, on the other side, which is their master bedroom, with a large table, large bed, sorry, wardrobe, and a desk area for some work on your stuff, and also sofa for them to sit. So let's check out Phillips, and it is intentional that I name it Phillips as a name, as an allegory name. It is pretty nerdy in its argyle sweater, vest, sweater, and shirt. Doesn't really know a lot of people. Leslie, who is friends with each other, he is a substitute teacher in the education field. Has pretty a lot of skills, except charisma. He needs to brush it up a bit, and needs some friends as well. So he have to better start networking in order to advance in his career. He is an Aries, and his bio reads: Phillips is a well-read gentleman and dedicated his life to be a renowned educator and education advocate who inspires his students. So yeah, very academic, very nerd, bookish kind of a guy who is going to want to share knowledge to the world. He is definitely, because he is a knowledge aspiration. His wife Bianca is also a knowledge aspiration gal as well. She is in the law career as a law firm receptionist. She has a little bit of skills here and there. Quite a lot is widespread but not very high. However, jack of all trades. She is a Virgo, and her bio reads: Bianca is always supportive to her husband and has nothing but kind words. Although she is not afraid to sass the naysayers around her. So definitely she is nice, but you don't need you don't say things that insult her, then she won't be that nice to you. She does have a pleasant attitude, but she is definitely not a pushover. Our next lot we're going to check out is an empty residential lot called the Chinese Blue Mansion. Okay, this lot is I actually designed this based on the Ching Sea Mansion in Penang, and because of the iconic blue paint all around the exterior, the front part is actually the facade is actually an inspiration from that lot. And we have a nice lake pond with lotus plants, a lot of flowery decoration, and then the lot is actually purposely designed to go around it instead of going through the center directly. And because it is 300,000 over simoleons, I purposely put this as a kind of a legacy house for this lot. So this is a 2 sim lane version of Koh Tsing's 2 sim lane, which is the biggest lot the highest value lot, dream house that people aspire to. And it definitely can fit up to 8 sims because there's a lot of bedrooms. So but check out the inside. So we go in, there's an entryway goes into 2 separate courtyards. It's very similar to the Peranakan mansion layout. There's a courtyard in the middle that even allows sunlight in, because how to ensure that is sunlight I purposely do not close off the area with walls, and I put a fence and a gate as to enter the back. And we actually have chess table and some seating area over here and mahjong table on the other side, so Sims can actually place a lot of hangout over here on the courtyard. And we have a bird cage over here for Sims to enjoy the pet birds. And this lot is actually pretty cool, as in most lots in Koh Tsing, in Golden Hill, you can oversee the town underneath, below them, which is really fascinating view. Over on this side, we have a living room area and the study area over here, a library of sorts. And over on the other wing over here, which is the huge dining area, very posh and very spacious, with a kitchen at the back. Upstairs is where all the bedrooms over here, pillars, and the layout is, as I mentioned, is very similar to the Peranakan mansion, but it's just doubled the size. The staircases on both sides going up. In the middle is actually a bathroom and a storeroom or closet of sorts that I have a spare area. I don't know what to do with it, so I put it like this. So, and then it goes to all the different rooms. First one is the master bedroom in front, very spacious, that leads to the balcony area. Nice. Over here we have one of the rooms. This one even with a piano at the side for this room. This is more of a musical person. We have a ballet bar as well. And we have a bathroom that is shared and leads to another kids' bedroom with toys and shared by two Sims. Study area as well, with a desk for them to do their homework. On the other wing, we have a double bedroom for another couple, or secondary couple, or the kids who are already married. Another bathroom over here. And we have another bedroom at the back, which is more of a sporty kind person, with a stereo for them, space to work out, and also exercise bike and all. Next, we will head on to a community lot. Is the Chinese restaurant. Cheong's culinary empire started right here in this fine dining restaurant, with world-class service and delicious cuisine, in-house entertainment included. So yeah, this Chinese restaurant is actually my first ever speed build for Around the World in The Sims 2, and using Chinese elements as a theme in the story. So one thing to note, that because this is a very early build and a lot of things I don't really necessarily agree to do this properly, because it is very boxy and some things just purely move functional and it's not really aesthetically pleasing. And in front here, I have actually made a custom gateway, and I actually changed the colors to be a bit more darker to match the more opulent, much more richer color schemes for the Chinese style restaurant. And it splits into a water with feature with lily pads going as you walk through the main entrance of the restaurant. Actually, we have actually two parts of the garden over here. It is not exactly accessible. So yeah, we have a lot of bonsai trees at the back as well, has a lot of bamboo shoots. I'm just putting it at the back just to fill up the space. And actually I wanted to put in an emergency exit, but I ended up not doing it. I don't know why. Mainly because I think it doesn't match with the... Anyway, we move... As you walk into this restaurant, we have you're greeted with the reception area, and oops, there is the aquariums on entryway. Mainly because in most Chinese restaurants, they have like huge aquariums for them to keep their fish, especially for seafood restaurants, and then they actually scoop them out and then fry it for you there and then, especially because they want to keep the fish very fresh. So they have huge aquariums in the entryway, and we have a main eating area. It's packed, very crowded, lot of walking space, and over here we have a private VIP room with a dedicated bar for themselves and a dedicated entryway for staff to go in and serve to a huge kitchen for the wait staff and the chef, and also bathrooms at the back over here. Upstairs we also have a bathroom. It's more like a mezzanine floor with bathrooms over here at the same. We have a long bar over here, really unique and nice. And we have mahjong table on the corner over here, and some karaoke machine. Yeah, still we got something to entertain themselves with. Last but not least is apartment lot is the Chinese village. Okay, this huge lot over here, it is pretty one of my grandest building project I haven't done, mainly because of the terraforming. It requires me to go all the way and form a huge hilly area. It takes up a lot of time to actually create this terraforming, and in my speed build, the first half of this building process, especially the terraforming part, is being corrupted, so I actually cut them out. It doesn't really matter anymore because it really does take a lot of time to actually build the staircases going up and up and up. It reminds me of the very hilly villages in China, and also the staircases really reminiscent of the Great Wall of China kind of style. So let's check out the entryway first. So as you walk in, you go into, there's a small plot of gardening land, and with a lake, go with a wooden bridge going up, or you can go this way and go up to the first house over here. And then as you go further up, you have the second house. You have an orange trees as well. A little plot of land to work on as well. Really old school architecture. Up over here, we have a pagoda with a pavilion, a little park garden space for things to hang out and chill. Further up, we have a larger house over here, and all the way up here it is the double story house, which is really high up. And I don't know if anybody really is willing to go all the way up here, but it has a double bed, 2 bedrooms, a double bed and 2 kids rooms, a study area, bathroom on the second floor. Downstairs we even have mahjong table, dining room area, and the kitchen, and another bathroom downstairs. So it's pretty spacious. Down on this third house over here, which is a single story house with a small private courtyard. It's a mini version of the mansion. Private courtyard and a lot of really red and dark wood. Over here we have a living room and kitchen, dining room area over here. On the other side we have bedroom, shared bedroom, only one bedroom with a bathroom in the corner over here. So pretty small but compact kind of a house. Down here we have an L-shaped house over here, which is double story, but we start off with a very narrow living room area, walk towards the dining room, a little kitchen, and towards the back we have a bedroom for the kids. Bathroom. Going upstairs is only a loft area for the master bedroom, a study area as well. Down here on the first unit, which is relatively a simple small house with all the essentials needed, with a living room area, kitchen and dining at the corner, with especially also included some little pet items for dog bed, pet bed, and a dog pet bowl for Sims to actually you want to have pets over here. It's totally possible. With a bathroom at the corner with a really cozy but simple bed. So yeah, this is the Chinese village. Pretty crazy to think about. I have done this apartment lot, which is really hilly and really massive project, so you can check them out. You have to move the Sims here. Okay, that's pretty much all I want to share about Koh Tsing, which is focusing on Golden Hill. What do you guys think? Please leave me a comment. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to West Anime Sims for more updates on retro Sims content. The link to download Koh Tsing will be down in the description below, and also check out Neon Plum's review of Koh Tsing. Thank you so much for reviewing my custom neighborhood. It really means so much to me to people actually take the time to explore my builds and my families over here. Do stay tuned for more videos exploring different areas of Koh Tsing. And anyways, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!